Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of January 01, a journey through time of 1st January 2025, Wednesday. Today that is 1st January highlight in history. 1604. The Mosque of Indian and China Knights is performed by courtiers of James VI and 1 at Hampton Court. 1651. Charles II is crowned King of Scotland at Scone Palace. 1700. Russia begins using the Anno Domini era instead of the Anno Mundi era of the Byzantine Empire. 1707. John V is proclaimed King of Portugal and the Algarves in Lisbon. 1725. J.S. Bach leads the first performance of its choral cantata Jesu non sei Grepereset BWV 41, which features the trumpet fanfares from the beginning also in the end. 1739. Bouvet Island, the world's remotest island, is discovered by French explorer Jean-Baptiste Charles Bouvet de Lozier. 1772. The first traveller's checks, which could be used in 90 European cities, are issued by the London Credit Exchange Company. 1773. The hymn that became known as Amazing Grace, then titled 1 Chronicles 17:16-17 Faith's Review and Expectation, is the first used to accompany a sermon led by John Newton in the town of Olney, Buckinghamshire, England. 1776. American Revolutionary War, Norfolk, Virginia is burned by combined Royal Navy and Continental Army action. 1776. General George Washington hoists the first United States flag, the Grand Union Flag, at Prospect Hill. 1781. American Revolutionary War. 1,500 soldiers of the 6th Pennsylvania Regiment under General Anthony Wayne's command rebel against the Continental Army's winter camp in Morristown, New Jersey in the Pennsylvania Line Mutiny of 1781. 1788. The first edition of the Times of London, previously the Daily Universal Register, is published. 1801. The legislative union of Kingdom of Great Britain and Kingdom of Ireland is completed, and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland is proclaimed. 1801. Ceres, the largest and first known object in the asteroid belt, is discovered by Giuseppe Piaggi. 1804. French rule ends in Haiti. Haiti becomes the first black majority republic and second independent country in North America after the United States. 1806. The French Republican calendar is abolished. 1808. The United States bans the importation of slaves. 1810. Major General Lachlan Macquarie officially becomes Governor of New South Wales. 1818. Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley publishes the world's first science fiction novel, Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus. 1822. The Greek Constitution of 1822 is adopted by the First National Assembly at Epidaurus. 1834. Most of Germany forms the Zollverein Customs Union, the first such union between sovereign states. 1845. The Philippines moved its national calendar to align with other Asian countries' calendars by skipping Tuesday, December 31st, 1844. The change was ordered by Governor General Narciso Claveria to reform the country's calendar so that it aligned with the rest of Asia. Territory had been one day behind the rest of Asia for 323 years since the arrival of Ferdinand Magellan in the Philippines on March 16, 1521. 1847. The world's first Mercy Hospital is founded in Pittsburgh, United States by a group of Sisters of Mercy from Ireland, and the name will go on to grace over 30 major hospitals throughout the world. 1860, the first Polish stamp is issued, replacing the Russian stamps previously in use. 1861, liberal forces supporting Benito Juarez enter Mexico City. 1863, American Civil War, the Emancipation Proclamation takes effect in Confederate territory. 1877, Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom is proclaimed Empress of India. 1885, 25 nations adopt Stanford Fleming's proposal for standard time and also time zones. 1890, Eritrea is consolidated into a colony by the Italian government. 1892, Ellis Island begins processing immigrants into the United States. 1898, Newark annexes land from surrounding counties, creating the city of Greater New York. The four initial boroughs, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx, are joined on January 25 by Staten Island to create the modern city of five boroughs. 1899, Spanish rule ends in Cuba. 1900, Nigeria becomes British protectorate with Frederick Lugard as a High Commissioner. 1901, the Southern Nigeria Protectorate is established within the British Empire. 1901, the British colonies of New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia, Tasmania, and Western Australia federate as the Commonwealth of Australia. Edmund Barton is appointed the first Prime Minister. 1902, the first American college football bowl game, the Rose Bowl between Michigan and Stanford, is held in Pasadena, California. 1910, Captain David Beatty is promoted to Rear Admiral and becomes the youngest admiral in the Royal Navy, except for royal family members since Horatio Nelson. 1912, the Republic of China is established. 1914, the Spitty Airboat Line becomes the world's first scheduled airline to use a winged aircraft. 1923, Britain's railways are grouped into the Big Four: LNER, GWR, SR, and LMS. 1927, New Mexican oil legislation goes into effect, leading to the formal outbreak of the Cristero War. 1928, Boris Baganov defects through Iran to seek asylum in France. He is the only member of Joseph Stalin's secretariat to have defected from the Soviet Union. 1929, the former municipalities of Point Grey, British Columbia, and South Vancouver, British Columbia, are amalgamated into Vancouver. 1932, the United States Post Office Department issues a set of 12 stamps commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. 1934, Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay becomes a United States federal prison. 1934, a law for the prevention of genetically diseased offspring comes into effect in Nazi Germany. 1942, the declaration by United Nations is signed by 26 nations. 1945, World War II, the German Luftwaffe launches Operation Bodenplatte, a massive but failed attempt to knock out Allied air power in Northern Europe in a single blow. 1947, Cold War, the American and British occupation zones in Allied occupied Germany after World War II marched to form the Bijon, which later, with the French zone, became part of West Germany. 1947, the Canadian Citizenship Act 1946 comes into effect, converting British subjects into Canadian citizens. Prime Minister William Lyon Mackenzie King becomes the first Canadian citizen. 1948, the British railway network is nationalized to form British Railways. 1949, United Nations ceasefire takes effect in Kashmir from 1 minute before midnight. War between India and Pakistan stops accordingly. 1956, Sudan achieves independence from Egypt and the United Kingdom. 1957, Georgetown, Penang is made a city by a royal charter of Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom. 1957, lèse majesty in Thailand is strengthened to include insult, and changed to a crime against national security after the Thai Criminal Code of 1956 went into effect. 1958, the European Economic Community is established. 1959, Cuban Revolution. Fulgencio Batista, dictator of Cuba, is overthrown by Fidel Castro's forces. 1960, Cameroon achieves independence from France and the United Kingdom. 1962, Western Samoa achieves independence from New Zealand. Its name is changed to the independent state of Western Samoa. 1964, the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland is divided into the independent republics of Zambia and Malawi and the British-controlled Rhodesia. 1965, the People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan is founded in Kabul, Afghanistan. 1970, the defined beginning of unique time 000000. 1971, cigarette advertisements are banned on American television. 1973, Denmark, Ireland, and the United Kingdom are admitted into the European Economic Community. 1976, a bomb explodes on board Middle East Airlines Flight 438 over Kwasamu, Saudi Arabia, killing all 81 people on board. 1978, Air India Flight 855, a Boeing 747, crashes into the Arabian Sea off the coast of Bombay, India, due to instrument failure, spatial disorientation, and the pilot error, killing all 213 people on board. 1979, the Joint Communique on the Establishment of Diplomatic Relations and Taiwan Relations Act entered into force. Through the communique, the United States establishes normal diplomatic relations with China. Through the act, the United States guarantees military support for Taiwan. 1981, Greece is admitted into the European Community. 1982, Peruvian Javier Perez de Celular becomes the first Latin American to hold the title of Secretary General of the United Nations. 1983, the ARPANET officially changes to using TCP/IP, the Internet Protocol, effectively creating the Internet. 1984, the original American Telephone and Telegraph Company is divested of its 22 Bell System companies as a result of the settlement of the 1974 United States Department of Justice antitrust suit against AT&T. 1984, Britain becomes independent of the United Kingdom. 1985, the first British mobile phone call is made by Michael Harrison to his father, Sir Ernest Harrison, chairman of Vodafone. 1987, the Isleta Pueblo tribe elect Bharna Williamson to be their first female governor. 1988, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America comes into existence, creating the largest Lutheran denominations in the United States. 1989, the Montreal Protocol comes into force, stopping the use of chemicals contributing to ozone depletion. 1990, David Dinkins is sworn in as New York City's first black mayor. 1993, dissolution of Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia is divided into the Czech Republic and Slovak Republic. 1994, the Zapatista Army of National Liberation initiates 12 days of armed conflict in the Mexican state of Chiapas. 1994, the North American Free Trade Agreement NFTA comes into effect. 1995, the World Trade Organization comes into being. 1995, the Drupnar wave in the North Sea in Norway is detected, confirming the existence of creek waves. 1995, Austria, Finland, and Sweden join the EU. 1998, following a currency reform, Russia begins to circulate new rubles to stem inflation and promote confidence. 1998, Argentinian physicist Juan Maldacena published a landmark paper initiating the study of ATS CFT correspondence, which links string theory and quantum gravity. 1999, the euro currency is introduced in 11 member nations of the European Union, with the exception of the United Kingdom, Denmark, Greece, and Sweden. 2001, Greece adopts the euro, becoming the 12th Eurozone country. 2004, in a vote of confidence, General Pervez Musharraf wins 658 out of 1170 votes in the Electoral College of Pakistan, and according to Article 41(8) of the Constitution of Pakistan, is deemed to be elected to the office of President until October 2007. 2007, Bulgaria and Romania joined the EU. 2007, Adam Air Flight 574 breaks apart in mid-air and crashes near the Makassar Strait, Indonesia, killing all 102 people on board. 2009, 66 people die in a nightclub fire in Bangkok, Thailand. 2010, a suicide car bomber detonates at a volleyball tournament in Lucky Marwat, Pakistan, killing 105 and injuring 100 more. 2011, a bomb explodes at Coptic Christians in Alexandria, Egypt, leave a New Year service, killing 23 people. 2011, Estonia officially adopts the euro currency and becomes the 17th Eurozone country. 2013, at least 60 people are killed and 200 injured in a stampede after celebrations at Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. 2015, the Eurasian Economic Union comes into effect, creating a political and economic union between Russia, Belarus, Armenia, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan. 2017, an attack on a nightclub in Istanbul, Turkey during New Year celebrations kills 39 people and injures 79 others. 2023, Croatia officially adopts the euro, becoming the 20th Eurozone country and becomes the 27th member of the Schengen area. 2024, a 7.5 megawatt earthquake strikes the western coast of Japan, killing more than 300 people and injuring over 1,000 others. 2024, Disney's copyright protection on Steamboat Willie and the original Mickey Mouse expires as they enter the public domain. 2024, Artsac ceases to exist. Thank you very much for your patience.